Hello everyone, and welcome to the Lowdown on VA Loans. My name is Audrey Whittington with Realtor.com, and today we have with us Tim Alvis, who's a consultant manager at Veterans United. So Tim, I love this topic. I think, we've talked in another video about what makes up a credit score, which I think most people don't really understand. Let's dive into VA specifically. What do you need in terms of credit for a VA loan?
That's a great question. Now, the Department of Veteran Affairs does not have a minimum credit score requirement, but private lenders like Veterans United, Home Loans, and other lenders usually have a minimum score requirement of a 620 or above.
Which is actually still pretty flexible.
It truly is. Considering that in 2018, the minimum FICO score was 704 for the United States.
Wow.
So very favorable with the VA loan.
Absolutely. And furthermore, I think it doesn't affect your rate or the down payment. So for conventional loans too, I mean, they, depending on how much you put down, what your credit score is, it really affects your rate and the kind of program you're in. But that's not true for the VA, right?
No, it's not. So if you've had some hiccups or you ran into some hurdles over the years, with that 620, it allows our veterans to get into a home even after a foreclosure or a bankruptcy.
Wow. Which is huge.
Oh, yes, it is.
So let's talk now about what steps you can do to fix your credit score. You talked about the fact that the VA is really very forgiving if you've had a foreclosure. But let's say you do have some credit issues and you kind of need to deal with them. What do I do?
Well, number one is let's make sure your credit report is accurate. We're allowed to check our credit reports free once a year. So you want to do that, and then you can dispute any inaccuracies that are on your report. Get ahead of that so it doesn't come back to bite you later. Second, I'm going to say pay your bills on time.
Right.
Paying your bills on time is by far the biggest thing that's going to help your report. I mentioned before about we can lose up to 100 points off of one late payment, so we want to make sure we stay on top of those.
Right.
Thirdly, credit cards. A lot of people get in trouble with credit cards because we want to make sure that we're able to keep our balances low. Want to make sure that if you have a credit card, let's say that it's already paid off, you don't want to close that card. When you close that card, you actually lose out on your payment history.
Wow.
And that's a huge chunk of our credit.
So you could pay it off, but don't close it.
Don't close it.
Yeah, I've made that mistake.
Once you close it, it's gone. It's like that credit was never there.
So I think people don't always realize that you're building up a credit profile.
Correct.
Right? You want different kinds of credit. You want to be paying on time, preferably not paying too much.
And not taking out too much credit. So if you have a credit card that's maxed out, but then you go and you apply for a new credit card, that's really going to negatively impact your score.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that if you're applying for a ton of credit cards or loans, every time they pull your credit, right, that could be considered kind of a ding.
Correct.
Well, this is super helpful, and I think that I assume that VA will help walk you through this. Like if you have any issues, just go talk to your lending professional, and they can pull their credit. They can pull your credit.
Yes.
And kind of walk you through it.
Walk you through and explain everything line by line, and that's what a lot of people do need.
Okay, good. This is really helpful. I really appreciate your expertise.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us. This is Audrey Whittington on the Lowdown on VA Loans with Realtor.com, and we hope you'll check out some of our other videos.